Alrighty. I didn't have my mic plugged in. Or my mic was plugged in, but I didn't have to. Apparently, I have to select it every single time in the mixing software. Alright, so basically what I was saying is episode 121. I was saying the chat was fun. There were lots of questions in there, and people get fixated on me for some reason. I don't know. Same reason I get fixated on people that can't get thin and than together. Two different words. T-H-E-N, T-H-A-N. Just a pet peeve of mine. It doesn't keep me awake at night. Let's see. What do I do here? Oh, I put in... first, to schedule a free financial coaching consultation / assessment. That is HTTPS ://. But you don't need to put all that in. If you type it in, all you need to do is ramseycoach.com / Coach Steve Money, and there'll be a handy link at the top of the chat that I just put in. Right now, my email address is right there. I always go to the wrong side. It's right there. CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Questions about coaching or anything else on my channel. And Twitch. Put that in there. Alright, get a few views over there, and I have like think 9 followers over there. Probably most of it's because of the video games that I play on there. I do stream video games sometimes. Let's see. Oh, lastly, donations. And that is... if I can type correctly, paypal.me / Coach Steve Money. Let's just refresh this to make sure we're going here. What with? And it looks like that's happening. As you can see, I didn't lie when I said episode 121. Make sure that's the right one. Yeah, 120. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see, get my notes up here. Notes. All right. It's going to be a slow chatting. Maddie Bags is there. Maddie Bags, prayers for your wife. Hope she will be fine. Did she have some issues resulting from the other surgery? Alright, looks like a slow chat day. Time to sing. Oh, I'm gonna turn off the server room fan too while this music starts. Starts with step 1, missed it. $1,000 emergency fund. And step 2, you pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. every single one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Still working on that timing. Baby step 3 is next. A full emergency fund of expenses, stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. Gosh, I'm way off. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach and why I host this after show. If you don't like the results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. If you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. The worst version I've ever done. Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go less gazelle and invest. Step 5 is save for your kids, if you have any. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home, unless you don't want to have one. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. And now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. He's in Massachusetts today, I think. I messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach and why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show After Show, brought to you by Tina Scher. She's the Queen of Sheba. And here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial, and whatever else I'd like to talk about. You can do that when you have your own show. Highly recommend it. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, also a Ramsey Preferred financial coach. And you can schedule a free consultation assessment at ramseycoach.com/Coach Steve Money. And the ramseycoach.com, that is part of the Ramsey Solutions website. It's on their server. If you have any questions or about financial coaching, about the scheduling, anything that's involved with that, anything about my YouTube channel, the different streams that I do on there, there's a bunch of different kinds of stuff, even a computer, even a tech support question you could ask. I'll send you a quick email back, and I'll probably also talk about it on the after show. And you can, if you don't want me to say your name, you can just put that in your email as well. You can reach me on Instagram at Amanda Grum, and Twitter at Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, the link is right down here under my webcam frame, and it's up at the top of the chat. PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. I do not qualify for monetization through YouTube yet. It'll be a while, so that's the only way I can make any money off of this channel. Alright, and I should have been on my channel page that whole time, and I wasn't. Alright. Today, not the best show so far. Alright. What up, Sid? Any prayers out for Maddie and his wife? Thanks for the IOs. Yes, Maddie Bags. Stack cash, pay minimums until you know what's going on. Ellie says to Maddie, take a breath. It could be a number of things that aren't even cancer. That's absolutely true. I mean, go and definitely pause the baby steps right this second, but until you know what's going on. So there you go. What up, Flash? What up, Judy? What up, Hobbs? All right, today's Ramsey Show hosts were George Camel, host of The Fine Print, and the CW, Christy Wright, author of Take Back Your Time, which debuted #1 on the bestseller list 2 weeks ago and made it back on the bestseller list this past week. So, congratulations to her. Ellie says when she had hers, it was hormones and also because of softball-sized cyst on an ovary, not cancer. I know people who've had that from thyroid issues and perimenopause. No, I mean, and it could be related to the recent surgery that she just had, as well. It could be a direct result of that. But yeah, definitely pause baby steps, and we're sending out prayers. Market report, as you can see, back down today. What does that say? I do not have this link out, but we'll make it go out. Dow Jones dips. Why? This is from Investors Business Daily at investors.com. U.S. retains Trump-China tariffs. Biden slams GOP on debt. The stocks gain as oil gushes. All right, there's probably nothing else we need there except the U.S. set to retain Trump tariffs on China. Okay. Biden tells disgraceful GOP to move on debt because of the debt ceiling. If it's not raised, there's possibility of the U.S. going into default over paying interest. But I mean, that's what basically what happens is the government has to. Thanks for the ad there. The government has to take out a loan to pay the interest on other debt. So the GOP, I guess, finally, after many years, I guess GOP, and it could be political, it could be just because of who's in the White House. Apparently, the GOP doesn't want to do that, and they would like to not have the debt go up anymore. So, think what you will about that politically, but that's just the monetary situation. So everything's down, led by the NASDAQ, which is the tech stocks. That's down 2.14%, and those are going to be your most followed on Google as well. As you can see, Apple down, Alphabet, which is owner of Google, Microsoft, all these down over 2%. Facebook down 4.89%. Facebook, Instagram, and what was the other? WhatsApp down today. People think it's about the recent news about them, about their studies that saying like Instagram is bad for young girls. Yeah, as far as like being bullied and made, being made to feel inferior and such, and so but the official word is that it's a DNS issue, which stands for Domain Name Service, and how that works is that the internet is all numbers. It's like 13.145.67.89, whatever numbers. And when you type in when you type in facebook.com, your browser goes to that DNS service, domain name service, and it says, okay, they typed in facebook.com. Facebook.com is located at this address, and it gives the IP address of that. And so you don't ever see any of that. That's just what happens. So, and sometimes those do get screwed up. So, may or not be related. Oh, this is from CNBC. Let's just check this out because somebody near the end of the Ramsey show asked about crypto, and we've talked about that quite a bunch here. Dave is not down with that, as the kids say. They probably don't say that anymore, but he says it's a little bit of fool's gold, and this is Richie guy. I forget what he owns. JP Morgan Chase, chairman and CEO, remains a skeptic of Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency by market value. It's got no intrinsic value, and regulators are going to regulate the hell out of it, which they are. Government definitely going to do that. China made it illegal. Oh, he also did say it would be around long term, but he's always believed it would be made illegal someplace, like China made it illegal. So I think it's a little bit of fool's gold. So you should be careful. He said that Bitcoin should be regulated by the government, that they have to. You can't regulate everything a bank does in terms of moving money and not regulate what you would call money, like cryptocurrency. You can call it a security or an asset or something like that, but if people are using it for tax avoidance and sex trafficking or in ransomware, it's going to be regulated whether you like it or not. So anyway, I just got distracted by that because of the talk about crypto in the Ramsey Show chat near the end there. Did we get everything on here? Not that one, that one. Yeah, Tesla up 0.74%. All right, and let's see. That's that story. Let's see if they updated it to see why they're down. If they say anything other than updated at 4:45 p.m. And let's see, public statements. Multiple security.
January 6th Ramsey talked about.
Sorry about that. Multiple security experts quickly pointed to a domain name system. Oh, I thought it was service. That's my bad. Problem as a possible culprit. I don't know if that's right. Let's see what the. Oh, I thought it was service. Domain name server, maybe, but okay. So it's the domain name system, but the actual each individual one is a domain name server. Okay, so that's my mistake. Let's see, where were we at? We were on right here. Oh no, but yeah, so it's not saying anything other than that. But it's interesting because they are all owned by Facebook, I believe. I think they own WhatsApp as well. And now whether that's some kind of target or not, like by a denial of service attacks, that kind of thing, that can happen. All right, and so the market's down. It says inflation. Now, when these stories come out, it's Not necessarily, but you would think, these are people that report these things. They have their feet on the ground over at Wall Street, and so they talk to people, etc., so they can get a feel for it. It might not, I mean, if the president sneezes or coughs one day, or doesn't say anything one day, or does say something one day, that like anything can affect the market. And as we all know, as I said many times, whatever the traders think is going to happen, so they take steps. Like if they think it's going to go down, they will sell and therefore make it go down. So that's it's kind of weird like that. But it's the only market we got. So I don't think there's anything specific in this article that we need. Stocks opened lower this morning, started tumbling in earnest. All right, tech stock leading to losses, as I said. Still on the homegrown debt crisis. He continues to push Congress to raise the debt ceiling. Congress has until October 18th to increase the country's borrowing limit. Dennis Miller had a joke about that one time. He said, it's like, it's back then, I don't even know what the debt is now, but back then I think it was like $3 trillion was the debt. And he said, hey, that's 18, that's 18 zeros, babe. And what that means is somebody out there, despite that, insists on lending us money, even though we got that much debt. So I guess they think the United States is good for it. So, but you would think some of those lenders might say, "Hey, let's start seeing a little bit of this back first before we do it." But apparently, doing a lot of just paying interest, just like China's doing some of that as well, and specifically their largest real estate company there. Oh, I haven't checked in the chat in a long time. I've said to leave. It looks like. FB and IG are back up. Flash reports live. This is exclusive from Flash. Yep, she had to head out. Yes, Ellie, I got those. I had already talked about those. I already talked about Navient not being a student loan lender anymore. Yes. We talked about that last week, I think it was, or week before last. Days all run together. Joseph says no more borrowing. That would be cool. What up, Clay? Judy Pines accepted an offer on her house over the weekend. Congratulations. Did you make a lot of bags? Ellie did close on her house Friday. Excellent. Alright, what else? It wasn't that big of a news day today. One thing that happened, though, where is this from? WashingtonPost.com. The USPS is trying out a new business which could transform how millions access cash and pay bills. The Postal Service program represents an option to payday lenders and other institutions that target vulnerable populations with outsized fees and interest rates. And so hopefully those would not be as much at the United States Postal Service doing paycheck cashing services, and so they quietly began doing that at several East Coast post office last month, and they're testing the plan. that financial experts say has the potential to transform how low-wage and underserved Americans access their money. So you can do that in Washington, Baltimore, Falls Church, Virginia, and the Bronx for Visa gift cards, topping out at $500, an agency spokesperson said. Had to get Visa involved in it. I guess they didn't want to have that much cash there, so I guess that's something. But this is all part of the plan, although not specifically named previously on USPS disasters. Their plan for becoming solvent and not being a drain on the budget anymore, but it wasn't specific that this was going to be one of the things. But hopefully, again, it's not. They won't charge as much as the payday lenders do, and won't have as much higher interest rates. It does not say. It mentions that the other places have the outsize fees and interest rates. I guess outsize means oversized or overly highly. I've never heard outsized before like that. Let's see. They did some financial services before. It does sell money orders. I guess they had banking services pre-1966. I was not born yet. You don't know how thrilled it is for me to see something that happened, and I could say I wasn't born yet. Where some of you guys, like, you weren't born in the year 2000, and that's awesome for you. Let's see. So I think that's about it from here. It doesn't say. I don't think it mentioned. This doesn't say what fees there are. Although in a good story that would have been mentioned as well, so you could see how much better it is than the payday lenders. As far as fees and interest, I thought was interesting. Not necessarily trying to get political, or I guess it could be a little, but this from NBC News. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez calls on Congress to implement postal, not ban, it's banking. It just didn't. I just paused it before it wasn't postal ban. I got confused by that too because I paused it and it says ban, and so then I read it and then said, oh, that must say banking right there. But yeah, so her getting involved in it is interesting. But I guess it's, basically it's a plan to make the postal service self-sufficient, kind of get them less in the red, I guess. All right, back to the chat. Maddie Bags is out. Try to have a good night, Maddie Bags. In the year 2000, Ellie was in college. Cool. She was a junior. Maddie Bags was a freshie in high school. All right, Maddie Bags. Maddie Bags got the youth working for him. Let's see. From Yahoo Life on yahoo.com/lifestyle. A vaccine maker just made this chilling COVID prediction, and it was simply that while a large percentage of the vaccinated population is already eligible for additional dosage of the existing vaccines, everyone may need more targeted shots down the line. One vaccine maker predicts that in the near future, the current vaccines will need to be updated, which means we could be due for a new COVID shot sooner than expected. And that was the CEO and co-founder, I'll try this, Ugur Sahin, maybe? Or Ugur Sahin? Perhaps, forgive me, sir. Or ma'am. I assume, sir. Which is my male privilege kicking in. Sorry about that. BioNTech, which co-created the Pfizer vaccine, told the Financial Times that the world will likely need a new COVID vaccine by mid-2022, as reported by Business Insider. So that's just his opinion. I don't know that he personally is a doctor. I'm sure they have some doctors working there, though. So that's that. Check back in with the chat. Ellie's out. Thanks, Flash. Kind of, rough situation. To try to do an entertaining show when your friend has problems and such. So pushing on. Again, don't have much today, but I did find this from the Washingtonian, Washingtonian.com. I think that's a newspaper or something. May just be a website. But it's called "Honey, We Bought the Exorcist House. Would you want to live in the place that inspired a famous horror movie?" He bought it despite doing research on it. He didn't find out till after the fact that this was the house that the events happened that inspired the book, The Exorcist. And so, that's interesting. Where does it say that? If you're not familiar, because that movie came out a long time ago, so that book. So if you were a freshman in 2000, or you're younger, perhaps you're not familiar with that book or movie. One of the creepiest horror movies was born in the same bungalow where the couple would now be sleeping. In 1949, according to news stories at the time, a teenage boy, supposedly possessed by demons, was exorcised by priests following reports of weird happenings in the house, an inexplicably cold room, a chair that flipped over, and so forth. These stories captivated a Georgetown student named William Peter Blatty, who later wrote a novel and then a screenplay that became the 1973 film I Was 5 Years Old in August of 73. Though the location is known to Exorcist obsessives, the movie's director, William Friedkin, filmed himself in the driveway for a documentary. Witt and Rocky Harris had no idea. Had no clue. That must be and he wore a Ghostbusters shirt for fun. So I don't think they had any problem with it. Oh, Witt wasn't concerned. As someone with a long interest in the occult, she knew that demons, unlike ghosts, possess people rather than real estate. They do not convey with the house, she says. Alrighty then. So that's that. So they're good. If he had known ahead of time, maybe he got a better deal on it. Although, if he just bought it, when did he buy it? Let's see, 2020. So maybe he got it before it started. I think the prices were going up. Anyway, but she also the female of the couple, who is Daniel Witt. That's who this is, and she had the experience in the occult or interest in the occult, and she works in commercial real estate. So she did research on the home and surrounding area, and she said there was one thing I missed. Yeah. So, I mean, they probably don't put that on the Zillow. They probably don't put The Exorcist House on the Zillow. So, might be able to forgive her for that. And yeah, and that as far and maybe because it was much longer ago, because that's in 1949 is when that was, and so it was much less well known. because I never even thought about it. I thought it was based on it says on based on a true story, true events on the book, but I never thought about the actual like house that it was happening in. Never thought about that. But a later movie called The Amityville Horror, the actual house for that, that's been well publicized, and that house has been like every time a new person buys it, it makes the news again, and they have it's been like on 60 Minutes and such, and hold on. I should have pulled this up earlier. I didn't think about it. Didn't connect it. Whoops. House. Alright. Let's see if this will give me what I want to. New York Post here. Let's see if it will give me what I'm looking for is a picture of the actual house today and the way it used to look and appears in the movie. That's the real one, but it doesn't show. Yeah, okay, so this is the way it used to look and the way it appears in the movie, and it was something like, I can't believe I remember it. It's like, oh gosh, don't remember the exact number, but I think it's like 1912 Ocean Avenue. Or something like that. Not that Ocean Avenue is hard to remember, but yeah, it's something like that. And so, it's like iconic for like because the book. I think I can't remember if the book had it on there, but it did after the movie came out because it had the same picture from the movie, and they would have these lights inside these windows that looked kind of like eyes, so it looked very very threatening. Let's dismiss that. Yeah, and so you see they changed it so it doesn't have those type of windows anymore, and probably changed a couple other little things about it too, maybe. No, I guess not. And it was interesting for me because part of the thing that was interesting for me was when I remember when I was reading the book, because it would describe it, and like behind that it goes like down to the water, and there's a boathouse behind it and everything, and I grew up, I guess, pretty poor, small apartment with my parents and sister, and them like describing this house, and you having, being able to go downstairs and downstairs in the backyard and go out to water, and having a boathouse where you would have a boat in there. I just like, it was, it was hard for me to believe. I remember reading also in there that the buyer wasn't extremely wealthy. But I think there had been some more, there had been another issue with the house before. There had been, I can't remember if there was a crime there previously or something else with it previously or not, before the murders in there happened. But because of the murders in there happening, the guy that bought it got it for very cheap. Let's see. When the people that are the family that's part of the movie, when they bought it, yeah, they moved out after 28 days, leaving everything. They didn't take anything with them. Left the clothes in the closets, food in the fridge. They just left, and they never went back. Oh, so that's interesting. It's a good movie for back in the day. I don't know how much it will hold up. I haven't seen that in a long time. Alrighty. Well, that's a fun thing to end on. Let's see. Do I have an Ohio? I do not. Fact of the day. Let's see if we can find one. Oh, where's my website? 52 interesting facts. Gonna run out of Ohio facts one day. Let's see. I think we did all these. Some of them I got from different websites. Did you know the Wright brothers, before taking flight, which we did talk about before, that were in bicycles. They repaired, rented, built, and sold bikes in Dayton, Ohio. They eventually used the profits from their bicycle business to fuel their aviation experiments. Let's see. We did Thomas Edison. Longest journey on a pocket bike. I do not know what a pocket bike is. I think we did, Garrett Moore. We talked about it when he invented the traffic light. He also invented the gas mask. I don't think that was on my previous mention of him. I think it was just about the traffic light. Let's see, we talked about Columbus being the third capital. It was in two places before that. We did talk about that. Talked about number of presidents. We did talk about the 10th largest highway network. So I guess 9 states have larger ones, and because of its geographical location, it serves for economic growth of the region. Yeah. In 1800s, the state was known as the Gateway State because it connected the eastern and western part of the United States. Mm-hmm. I think it's a fairly decent hub, but probably Chicago is more of a flight hub than Columbus. I think we talked about Goodyear. We did. This is the last one I did from this, about the second cheapest cost of car insurance, while the state up north is the highest. So $919 per year average for Ohio. Vehicle insurance, the state up north, $2,394 per year. That is crazy. Alright, we'll do this one today. After Pennsylvania, Ohio has the second largest concentration of Amish living in the United States. Should be an S there. After Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, Holmes County is the second largest Amish community in the world. About 70 miles south of Cleveland is relatively rural Holmes County. Known affectionately as Amish country, the area has a population of around 35,000 Amish people. It has become a regional tourist destination for shopping, food, and more. And let's see where that is. Holmes County. I've been around there. I don't know that I've been to that exact county. I know I've been in Amish country before. Somewhere around in there. I did not know there was a Nashville, Ohio. Interesting. There's Loudonville. My ex-brother-in-law son is named Loudon. Because of that, I guess they were there during that time. I think they were just driving through though. I don't think they never lived there. But yeah, I mean that was a time when he lived in Virginia, I believe. So, but yeah. So shout out to Loudon. None of those people have any idea I do YouTube, I don't think. What do I mean, those people? Okay, so let's see. So, Holmesville is right there. Just trying to see, because I don't, been here 20 years, I don't know this geography. Okay, Worcester, there's Canton, Akron, So Columbus is down here then. So yeah, so it's up northeast. All right. I was talking to somebody asked me about Zanesville, and I have been there as well. My ex-father and mother-in-law lived there. Or around there. They actually lived in Newark, but I think like if we needed something from the city while we were there, we had to go to Zanesville, I believe, because Newark is, I guess, not that populated or something. Doesn't have a lot of like the big stores or whatever. All right, I'm rambling now, but anyway, that's your Columbus fun facts of the day. All right. No more chat, so I assume everybody is gone. Let's go back to this page. Upcoming streams, of course, this show, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, is on every weeknight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And even when there's a replay on the... Oh, I got one more subscriber within the past couple days. Cool. Thank you to whoever did that. I appreciate it. Definitely subscribe. Definitely like if you enjoy this. Even if you don't enjoy it, you can still subscribe and like it, and hit the notification bell. That way, you'll be notified whenever this show goes live, and whenever I do one of the other streams. Like recent streams included the pre-show chat from this morning because the Ramsey Show mod did not post the Ramsey Show early in the day as they normally do, as he normally does. And so if he doesn't have that posted by the time I get to work at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, I turn that up. Oh, we got rain coming. Starting to come down hard now. So basically, we just chat in there. There's nothing on the screen, as you can see. I began a playthrough of a game called Lost in Random. It involves dice, and it's kind of a weird story there. As you can see, I'm playing with the lights kind of down, just because it's kind of like a spooky story, and for October and such. And so I started that one, so I'm going to be playing the rest of that one. That's pretty interesting. It has cards in it too. It's interesting. So it has like cards, and you decide which ones to keep and which ones to throw out. So it's kind of like a mix, a video game and one of those card games where, like my card beats your card and such. What else have I done? Father-daughter video gaming. Bella and I started a week ago or so, week and a half ago, something like that. I don't remember which day, but we started playing Trine, and that is a little bit older game, but it's a updated version of it, and it's fun. She enjoys it. She's just been really busy, and so I'm waiting to hear back from her when she has time to play again, and we will get, as soon as both of us are available at the same time, we will get going on that again. This is my video gaming channel. I have different channels on different playlists on my channel. And before that, I played Bella's boyfriend. That's my daughter's name, Bella. Played her boyfriend in Madden 22, and he kicked my butt. He was Dallas Cowboys. Of course, my daughter's boyfriend, of course, he loves the state up north. He lives there. They live there. So, he likes the team up north. And he likes the Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, I like Ohio State and the Washington football team. So, he kicked my butt. I think it was 35-21. So, I don't have high hopes for the rematch that I get with him, because I am down his starter, Dak Prescott, I think is 80-something rated 80-something in Madden, and I have a backup because my starting quarterback that was ranked 74. Got hurt in the first game, and so we have one that's ranked 61. He's been playing. Oh, I think he's up to maybe up to 64 now. But he had another good game. Yesterday was Sunday, and he helped the Washington football team beat the Atlanta Falcons, and so hopefully the Madden people will raise him a little bit more, like closer to 70, because he's certainly playing as well as some of the 70 ranked people. Which I don't know that any other quarterback ranked that low as starting, I don't believe. All right, so and miscellaneous is going to be your pre-show chats when, as you can see, that's happened a few times in the past month. So always be looking for that. If you want to chat and you can't find the Ramsey chat in the morning, if it's 10 a.m. or around 10 a.m., look on my page and see if I'm broadcasting there. And I also put other stuff in the miscellaneous, like I'm change the water heater temperature. Shows you how to do that. I had to do that because my new apartment, it was scalding me. After like 2 seconds, you turn it on and it would be like, ouch. So talk about computer stuff on tech support. I go to Reddit and go to their tech support subreddit and answer people's questions. Normally it's people describing what their problem is and wanting to know how to fix it, and so I just talk about that. Windows 11 is available now, I think. I haven't installed it yet, waiting to see. Well, I should probably install it on something here at the computer store and just to play with it, see what's going on with it. But as far as using it on a personal machine, I'll probably wait, see if there's any bugs and such. And the music, you heard a probably the worst version I've ever done of the Baby Steps song at the beginning of this stream. It was not so good, and so that's why I was throwing in little facts in the middle of it instead of just singing it. But as you can see, the kind folks at the Ramsey subreddit, which I may also do a similar stream to the tech support one, and it'll be like Ramsey coach support, and I will comment on people's problems. They also post successes in there. People complain about the show in there. Probably avoid that because those are mostly like in a different area where it's like I think they have that in a different area mostly, so probably won't see most of those unless I go looking for it. But yeah, the Dave Ramsey Baby Steps song and the video of that, it's a lyric video. Basically, it just shows me right down here in the same place I am in this show, but I also have from the Ramsey Solutions website that shows the baby steps, and I also have the lyrics so you can sing along. And this is just the song, and I ramble for 20 seconds before that, but other than that, it's just the song, so you can see that without having to fast forward through the beginning of the Aftershow show. But I do try to do it on every Aftershow. Sometimes I might do it a cappella, sometimes I might do not the entire song. On Friday, I tried doing a sped up version. I didn't like that too much, so I thought I'd try it again. And since copyright doesn't matter because I'm not being monetized, I'll probably just sing it regularly. Alrighty. And so I think that's about it. These two videos are by a band called Throwcat, my favorite band. This is from 1993. I recorded it on a VHS camcorder. That's back in the day when you had to put the VHS tape into the camcorder and close it, and then hit record on it. And then I digitized those, obviously. But those are two great songs from Throwcat. And that's also in the music playlist. Financial, you get your after show as well. It's in both playlists. Has a playlist by itself and is also in the financial. And I'll put like other random financial stuff in here as well, in the financial stuff, if there's anything else that comes up. All right. That's enough babbling from me. Prayers out to Maddie Bag's wife, and he himself, of course. And make smart financial decisions every day.